What's up, teammates? How y'all doing? I said I was going to do a video about the DBs that we received in the draft as a suggestion, but I went into it and it's kind of hard. It's really hard actually to rate DBs because you can't get them on camera enough to see exactly the skill set that they have. So I went to evaluating Dylan Laube, like I talked about earlier. I've been talking about this kid a few times because I think he's talented. And I think he has what it takes not only to make the roster, but to make the field and not only get on the field to make an impact as the season goes on and as he learns the offense. Um, we'll start with his special teams ability. He's going to see the field most likely just because of that, especially with the way that we're doing the new special team setup, and the special teams returner is going to have a much bigger role in the game, which will be interesting to see how that sets up. But that's his first trait that makes him available for the field, and something that is a benefit for him and a reason why he could get onto the field. And that's just on, special teams because of the punt returning that he's done at in college, and he's really talented at that. But as far as an actual running back, there's other talents he has besides just his running, which of course we'll get into at the end. Let's start with simpler talents like blocking, because blocking for a running back is a skill not often acquired. Running backs really don't block. It's more of a disrupt block or a chip, or just to try to get out to make time for the quarterback, and then head out to the flats or the drop to be the quarterback safety outlet, since he didn't block the guy he was supposed to. But this kid gets in there, spreads his feet, gets his hips down, comes up under him, gets a good solid block, gets his hands on him, not just chipping or trying to hit him with his shoulder pads like you see a lot of running backs doing. This guy, if you ask him to stay in and block, he's going to stay in and he's going to provide some good blocking, which is great for us because when we're doing play action to go for our tight ends, and we have to keep our wide receiver in after play action, it helps with our protection if we got two tight ends going out, and we can keep our running back, not wide receiver, but we can keep our running back in for extra pass protection. That makes him valuable, and that he has a skill that in that area that not many running backs have, and I'm not sure how the running backs on our team right now are with that, but it is something that stands him out from running backs in general. Another big thing about him is his route running. It's wide receiver level route running. It's top tier, and it's out of the backfield or in the slot. He can run good routes. He definitely can take it to a linebacker. If you get him on the middle linebacker and you get him on the route, he's going to beat him deep. He can shake him and get to the out. He can do almost anything to any linebacker that's going to try to cover him coming out the backfield or in the slot. He just has a route running talent that is hard to keep up with, especially for someone whose feet are nowhere near as fast as his. But those are the outside the running tangibles that he has that work for him. The actual running back ability that he has is even more interesting, because what he has that I see when I watch his film is he has good patience at the line of scrimmage, meaning he's willing to wait that quarter of a second that you got to let your linemen make that run, to let the blocks come together, let it set up, see where the hole's going to come in, not try to hit the hole before it develops. And with his ability to do that, it gives him a chance to escape bad holes. Like if the blocking is not there and the hole collapses, he has a good ability to bounce out and find another hole. So that's comes from his shiftiness. He's really shifty. He's really quick on his feet. So if he's there, he sees it, he adjusts, he's one cut and gone. He's not necessarily a straight north-south runner, but he is a good zone runner, finds his hole, and he hits it real quick. One hole, one hit, straight through. And once he gets through the hole, his ability to make people miss is what's next level, really. He is a good, strong runner. He can make people miss in the open field. He's pretty good at breaking tackles. He's low to the ground. He has strong legs. He's a lot faster than you think he is. And that's a good deception that he has because, it's kick the ballistics. He's a white running back. And they never really expect white running backs to be all that successful. And especially don't expect them to be super duper fast. Especially if they coming out of New Hampshire. But guess what? The kid is fast. You see plenty of highlight films where it will look like someone who has some burners, got a good angle on him, and was trying to get him, and it wasn't going to happen. He just got good burst of speed straight down the field. So he also, with that burst, knows how to set up his blocks down the field. Using your wide receivers as blockers is really a talent. It's really a skill that other running backs don't necessarily develop as well. If you learn how to set up your blocks from your wide receivers and your tight ends downfield, that's where the extra long runs come from. Once you break that line of scrimmage, once you make that first person miss, now you're going down the field to where the DBs are trying to get you. And if you got wide receivers that are willing to do their job and try to make some blocks, and you have a running back like him who knows how to set up his blocks in the open field, that's where you get those long runs. And he has that ability to get those long runs. And the thing that the concern is, why drafting him, I'm sure, was that he's coming out of a small college and the talent that he's going up against. But the talents that he has transfer over to the pros no matter where he's playing, no matter what he's doing. If you have the ability to make people miss, you always have the ability to make people miss. If you know how to set up blocks, then you know how to set up blocks. If you know how to hit the hole, cut and go, it doesn't matter what level you're doing it on. If you know how to do those things, you know how to do those things. And setting up those things on the next level is not as different as it seems if you're good at those things like he is. A good hop step in college can transfer over to a good hop step in the pros if it's the running back who has the skills to read when he's doing it. If the running back's good enough to read the defender, then it doesn't matter how good the defender is or how slow or how quick. If the running back's good enough to read what he's doing, he can avoid his speed, or he can overcome his power, or he can jump outside and use his quickness. If you have that running back that has that type of awareness, then you don't have to worry about him being able to bull people over or worry if the line is so solid and making all the correct blocks. There's a lot of mistakes that can be made by other players with a running back like that and still be successful. And he has all those traits. He's a really solid running back to me. He has good wiggle. He got good hop step. He got a good balance. He can break tackles. He's nimble. He has all the tools to me. I look at him. I was excited to look at him when I checked it out on the first day of the draft, or the first time I heard of him in the draft. I just watched for a second. I didn't really watch the whole lot of highlights of him. I just wanted to see what his name was, who he was, and what it was for a quick second. But I knew I wanted to look at him more in depth, and I had a chance to do it this time. And you know what? I see a lot of good things coming out of this guy. Not just making the team, not just making the field, but I feel like by the second half of the season, he'll be actually making an impact. I think we'll be able to use his ability to catch out of the backfield to keep teams even more off balance, have them guessing even more, and having them simplify their defenses even more to make it easier to read for our quarterback. And a running back like that is just a gift for that type of situation. Now, will he develop everything that he has to put it into the pros? I believe he can, because it seems like he has the ability to make it a seamless transfer. Because the running back position has, lost its fervor because it's become an easy position. Take ball, find hole, run straight. There's not a lot of plays that are more difficult than that for the running back. It's a lot of zone runs, and you pick a hole and let's go. So being able to catch up with that for a player like him is going to be easy. So surpassing something like that is definitely in the cards for him. Being on the field is pretty much a guarantee in my eyes, because our running back room is good, but it's not perfect, and a talent like that just makes any running back room better, and it has to be used. You can't ignore a running back with wide receiver route running ability. With that type of shake, with that type of wiggle, that burst of speed, that cut and go, he has all the skills that you would take to be a great running back. Can he put it all together in the pros? It seems like he should be able to. He is athletic enough. He's quick enough. He seems to be intelligent enough. He definitely has the running back brains to do it. He's very patient at the line of scrimmage. He is a cut and go. He reads and he's gone. Once he's past the line of scrimmage, he's shifty and can make you miss. And once you finally get your hands on him, he can break tackles. It's not a sure thing once you get your hands on him that the play is over. And if he breaks past you, you're not catching him. The kid is gone. Don't sleep on his speed. So I see him as a talented pickup. He's going to be a fan favorite, and he's going to make a big difference. And it's not just because he looks good when he has the ball in his hands. He has a lot of true football talent outside of, included in all of that, which makes him a special player. And I think he's going to make an impact, a serious impact. So I'm excited to wait and see what he gets able to do when it comes preseason and we get him on the field against other teams. Well, that's what I got for you tonight. I hope you guys are entertained. If not, I'll try harder next time. Guru out.